What do I like about miming? In miming, you know, they don't say anything. There's that. But they say, but they don't say. That's really what I think the art of it. They say, but they don't say. You know what he's talking about?
What do you like about mime?
Oh, man. The makeup, but really, probably the commitment, I would say. It takes a lot of commitment, I think, to be a mime. You gotta go in and decide, I'm gonna be a mime all day. I'm not breaking mime. I'm just gonna mime. No matter what anybody else is doing, I'm gonna keep miming, you know? And I don't know if I have that type of concentration to just mime consistently.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Night Train. On tonight's show we have Seaton Smith, Chanel Ali, Dina Hashem, DC Benny. I'm your DJ for the evening, Don Will. And now for your host, the reason for all of those subway fare increases, Wyatt Cenac.
Thank you. That's very, very nice of you. Thank you. How you guys doing? All right. Well, save it. There's a lot of show left. So, question. Are we supposed to, like, march again this weekend? Like, is that pretty much just a locked-in thing that every weekend we have to march? Really? Wow. I feel like that's what's gonna do Donald Trump in, is he is fucking with people's brunch plans. Like, we gotta fucking hit the streets every Saturday. He's gonna piss somebody off. We gotta take to the streets. If there's one thing that I feel like I have learned about white people, don't fuck with their brunch. Like, you wanna take that away from them, they will fucking hurt you. Like, that women's march, that was basically like a giant table of ladies that just got told the bar ran out of mimosas. I went to the women's march. I went to the women's march out here. You don't have to applaud me. I appreciate it, but no, I went. I'll be honest, I thought I would do better on Tinder. I did just seem like a giant concentration of women who were all really pissed at white dudes. It felt like, what better way to get revenge? It's a very strange time in this country. Feels like a very strange time. Feels like we need more understanding with one another. We need to learn how to communicate with each other a little better. If I could help to bridge some of that divide as a public service to white people, I would like to share some things that you may not know. One of those things, if you are buying a gift for a black person, do not buy them a genealogy kit. Don't buy black people genealogy kits. Let me just say, about 150 years in, our family tree gets a bad case of termites. Does, like where you may say, like, oh yeah, like a genealogy kit, it's how exciting. Where you may be excited about a genealogy kit, we see it as a very historically accurate rape kit. Yeah, it's not the excitement of like, oh shit, I'm related to Ben Franklin. It's like, wait, that's the motherfucker? Ben? Fuck, now I'm gonna have to build a time machine, go back in time for a very special episode of Law and Order, where me and Mariska Hargitay have to track down a perp who's running around with an electrified kite. But this guy gave me this gift, and I don't know what his thought process was. I don't know if he was thinking, like, he would give me this gift, and then, like, we'd find out we were related or some shit, like, that maybe we'd be at a party somewhere and he'd be like, hey, Wyatt, come over here. Hey, yeah, hey. Hey, everybody, I want you to meet Wyatt. Yeah, this is my long-lost property. Yeah, he got away from us for a while, but now he's back. Now why don't you get on back to the kitchen there? Someone's in the kitchen with Dina, and it's you. I went on the website of the company that made this genealogy kit, or DNA kit as he called it, and the way they sold it was that they sold it as, it helps you to find your ethnic mix. I feel pretty good about mine. I think I know what I am. I also feel like if I ever need to know, I could just go on Twitter and say, what am I? And I will get a lot of responses. You're an uppity nigger. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. You're a nigger. You're a jigaboo. You're a darky. And you're like 7% Dutch, nigger. Okay, thanks. Got it. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Shouldn't have asked. I feel like I don't need the genealogy kit. That feels like something other people want from me, because a lot of times I'll have people like ask me if, like, what I am. Like, I've had a lot of people ask me if I'm biracial, which is a question I never got before 2008, which, thanks, Obama. But I'll have that happen. I'll have people come up to me and they'll be like, so, what are you? What's going on here? Like, what's all this about? What are you? You black and Jewish? You black and Korean? Me and my buddy, we got a bet going. What stew you cooking with? And here's the thing, I'm just black and black. We come in this shade as well. And that pisses the shit out of people where they're just like, what? You're nothing? And you just made me look racist? Fuck you, peanut butter man! I'm black. I sometimes worry that I'm not as scary a black person as I would like to be. No, like, I just mean, like, and when I say scary, I don't mean like get shot by a cop scary. Because to be perfectly honest, in this day and age, that's not that scary. Like, that's a 1 on the scale. Like, black cartoon characters aren't safe anymore. I'm saying, when that Peanuts movie came out, I worried for Franklin. I just mean, I want to be scarier than that. I want to be like, the level of scary, I want to be super scary. I just want to be able to intimidate people on the sidewalk so they get out of my way. Yeah, like that's all I want. I want the ability, just walking down the street, to move 6 people who are just standing on the sidewalk after they've had a great brunch and don't want to fucking move. Like, that's all I want to be able to do, is just move those people. Just get them to get the fuck out of my way. Because those people, they don't move for shit. Like, Trump talks about a wall. He doesn't need a wall. He could just line the border with brunch spots. And nobody will come through there. Like, you know what's more intimidating than a fence? Is a fucking golden retriever leashed to a double-wide stroller that's being manned by 2 parents who clearly have nothing else to do with the rest of their day, and they just ran into their friend Mitch, who got a brand new bicycle. So I just want to be that intimidating, to move Mitch. And let me just say, that's not to say that I'm not intimidating. That's not to say that I don't scare white people. I am intimidating, but I'm more intimidating for things I say than just my presence. Like, I am think piece scary. Like, if I want to intimidate somebody on the sidewalk, I need to be holding a book proposal. People be like, oh shit, that nigga knows Ira Glass, get out of his way! Where's he going? Is he going to do another podcast and make us rethink our comfortable notions? Ah! As you all know, we're shooting this for television. We have a lot of cameras here. There's a camera there. There's a handheld camera there, some cameras in the back. There's a camera right here that allows me to talk to human beings who are watching this, I assume, on the toilet on their phones. I feel like I want to use all the cameras. There's also a camera right there and I feel like I'm not spending enough time with that camera. So if you all don't mind, I'm just gonna give this one a little bit of action. Yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah, how are you doing? You good? Yeah. Hey, everybody wave to this camera. Wave to these people. Yeah. Oh, okay, don't be into it. Whatever. They don't like you, but I do. I care about you. Yeah. What's your story? I'm getting to the age, I'm 40 now, and I can't play sports with the same ability that I used to. I get sore, I get injured a lot. And also people start to recognize that I'm older. And like I love playing basketball. I love to like play like pickup basketball. But I don't get picked anymore because they think I'm too old. And so now I've found a new game to play when I go to a pickup basketball game. Whenever there's a young guy who's really good and he's like shooting a free throw or something, I'll just yell out, "I'm your real father!" It's a fun game. It's also great at NBA games. They are not sure. I am the Knicks' secret weapon. I guess I should probably introduce the next comedian. I think I might do that from here. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are getting a real good look at my hair pattern right here. This next comedian, excited to have him here. He told me to say that. No, he's done the show a bunch. He's actually probably done the show more times than I have lately. He's great. He fills in for me when I'm not around or I'm drunk and trying to pay off gambling debts. Happens more than you think. Ladies and gentlemen, make a lot of noise right now for Mr. Seaton Smith. Right there. It's right there.
Oh, hey, camera. Hey, what's up, toilet niggas? How y'all doing over there, man? This is dope, man. I'm drunk anyway. I kind of wanted to sit down here. This is dope.
You totally can if you want. Yeah, if you want to stay down there, you can.
That's cool, man. Y'all ain't paying me enough to stand anyway. Fuck it, man. Fuck yeah, this is my negotiation tool. I ain't standing up unless I got $2,000, you know what I mean? Okay, cool. This was fun, man.
I'm gonna let you do your show.
Oh, that's cool. No, nigga, you ain't gonna leave me leaving here. You leave your number at least, nigga. Come on now. All right.
No, look, I'll find you. I'll find you on Facebook.
You better not find me on Facebook. I got like 3 pages. Find at least one of them, all right?
Maybe I will. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool,
Seaton
man.
Smith, everybody.
Thank you very much, man.
Make some more noise for Seaton.
Ooh, that was fun, man. Hey, y'all. That was dope. I've never laid on stage before actually looking at the crowd. How y'all feeling? What's going on? Hell yeah. This is dope. Y'all look so goddamn Brooklyn and adorable. Fuck, man. How y'all doing, man? I want to get somebody's number in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Not even to have sex. Just want to talk about politics and shit. You know what I mean? Tell me where the best coffee shop is at. You know, feng shui my living room, nigga. Come on now. This is... God damn, y'all. Let's talk about NPR. I don't know, man. Have you listened to NPR lately, man? It's a sad time this last 6 weeks, nigga. Ah! Every commercial in NPR is just like, this is NPR. Fuck. You're like, ah! Was the election that bad? It couldn't have been that bad, NPR. Play a little episode of Radio Lab. We'll get through it, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen. This is exciting. I said, I'm excited. I don't know what's going to happen. We might have Hitler. And I don't even know if that's a joke yet. That's fun about it, you know? I don't even know if I'm being facetious. You know what I mean? Have you seen his cabinet pics? Fuck, they're exciting. We just fired one of them motherfuckers. That's how good they are. We're like, hey, General Flynn, get in, get the fuck out. This is scary. You see you see Jeff Sessions just got in. Woo. Y'all see Jeff Sessions? That's a delicious man crowd. Delicious. You know, because he was called, I don't know if y'all know a little known fact. Did y'all know he was called racist in the 80s? Crowd, did y'all? In the 80s? You know how hard that is? That's like getting called racist. That's like getting HIV in the 30s. You know what I mean? That's like very... How do you do that? What were you fucking? In the 30s? Jeff Sessions. Oh, man, I'm excited. I don't know, man. It was a good damn campaign. I ain't gonna lie about that. We can admit that, right, crowd? I mean, that Trump campaign, I mean, especially in comparison. Trump, I mean, Hillary sucked. Like, Trump had a way of talking. He got you. He just fucking, even when you, like, you ever notice the way he talks sometimes? You know, he keeps repeating shit over and over again. Like, I swear it's hypnotic. I swear it's hypnotic. Like at first I'll be like, no, but in a couple minutes I'll be like, maybe. You know, like, I swear 15 minutes in one time, I was like, you know, white is power. And I don't even know. I could have just been hungry. I don't know, but. I hope I don't make you uncomfortable. I say white power to myself sometimes makes me giggle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't say it a lot though, man. Only when I come. Like, only like. You know what I mean? I just look in that mirror and be like, white power! Woo! In the South, will rise again, you know? If I dig at the South, you know, my hands are north and I'll beat it. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk to the talk. Whatever, man. Let's talk about something fun. Police brutality. Now, crowd, No, we should talk about this, crowd, man. My girlfriend called the cops the other day. I did not know she was that white. Like, that makes y'all comfortable, see? Fucking bringing up police brutality. Crowd, listen, I don't, white people, y'all get weird sometimes when I bring it up. You know, very like white guilty. You know, very like, I didn't do anything, shut the fuck up. Or like, you know, support the cops. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm simply trying to talk about my problems, right? Right, we all have problems, right, crowd? Right or wrong, we all have problems. I mean, yes, cops are shooting me, but white people, ISIS is after you. So, I mean, we all have problems. I mean, okay, yes, ISIS is after us all, but it's really after you. And that is scary. I mean, I got sympathy, all right? Some white guy came up to me and was like, ISIS attacked me. I'm not gonna be like, well, what did you do, Bill? You know, I'm not gonna do that. What's your drug history like exactly? I'm not gonna say that. That would be rude. Don Will, God damn it.
I agree.
It's fucking, but you know, I'm talking about my problems. That's all I'm talking about. I mean, you've seen the police videos, right, sir? You've seen those, right?
Yes.
Police videos are sad. It's hard to watch them, man. They're everywhere there. They drop them like mixtapes. It's hard to miss them. You know what I mean? Like, but they're scary, man. I can't even watch like fictional scary black shit without getting freaking out. Like 12 Years of a Slave. You see 12 Years of a Slave, sir? You see that? 12 Years of a Slave?
I have not.
You have not? That's all right. I didn't either. You know, a lot of white people kept telling me, you need to see 12 Years of a Slave. I'm like, no, you need to see 12 Years of a Slave. Like, I got the gist. You know, It was scary, man, because I don't know if y'all understand, like, those movies, all those slave movies, they're black horror movies. Does that make sense? Horror. Like, they're just as scary to me as Saw may be to you, ma'am, right? But the only difference is that Saw ends. Right? So you're a slave, there's a lot of to be continues in that motherfucker, you know what I mean? Gotta walk back to my car with that energy, like, oh my God, I hope I make it home, you know, like. I'm trying to be positive, though. I'm trying to be positive. Cop movies, though. I can't even watch cop movies anymore, man. I have not watched a cop movie the longest because they ruined it for me. Like, I used to enjoy them in the 80s, right? Because every cop was always the same, right? It was always this one renegade cop who would walk in, loving his job, like, hey, I like to follow my own rules. But now I'm like, follow the rules, you know what I mean? Like, I think those rules were written for a reason. I don't want to be a stickler, but can't hate cops. So I mean, I can't just hate them all. Some of them are, most of them are good people. There's some crazy people. Some of them are actually kind of interestingly weird. We got black people in the room. Have you noticed, like, since the videos came out, have they been acting a little different with you at all? You don't even know? You don't know? You don't, like, I don't even seen the cops, nigga. I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. I have no idea. Is there a black police problem? I have no idea. Whatever, nigga, shut up. So, probably holding right now. That's the fuck you going right now. Like, I don't know. All right, what about you, Dom? You know what I'm saying? You get a little would interest. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm the only one that's noticed. They're not. Cops aren't the same lately. They haven't been like, put your hands up. It's more like, weird, like a weird nice. Not nice, but weird nice.
Like dancing and doing like the fucking Running Man.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. You've seen the weird fucking internet videos. Cops are trying to be all nice and sweet. Like, they're not nice, but it's like a weird kind of nice. It's not, they're still doing the job, though. It's still like, put your hands up. But it's more like a sweet, like, put your hands up. Like that. Like, we're going to jail now. And it's there. Like, this is against protocol, officer. One time let me tell you a horrible story. Embarrassing himself. I got arrested because I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole because I got caught with weed at the airport. Now, let me tell you why I'm an asshole, because I knew that would happen. Here's the thing, I was like, fuck that government. It's legal in 26 states. I'm going to a transient facility. You figure that shit out. And right? And they were like, yeah, get your ass in jail. And I was feeling stupid, man. I was so ashamed of myself. I was like, fuck, man, I can't believe I'm fucking 35 years old. I made it this long without getting arrested, and I get arrested for some dumbass shit. Like, I'm making black people look bad right now. Like, I felt alone. I felt stupid. But then I went to court, and something made me feel better. It was weird, because a judge called me up, and he was like, what do you plead? And I was like, I'm guilty. I'm dumb as fuck. I'm guilty. Just, what do I owe? And he's like, well, the fine is going to be $750. And then there was this voice in the back of the room. It was very small. It was very big. It was bold. And it went, damn! And I don't know. I just didn't feel alone. I don't know. I was like, wait, did my cousins come to this motherfucker? Hey, what's going on? Thanks, guys. I think that's all I got. Thank you very much, crowd. Very much.
All right, well, I'm very excited to have this next performer here. She is the only person who can actually, medically proven, judge a book by its cover. Ladies and gentlemen, make a lot of noise right now for Chanel Ali.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Oh man, you guys look so good. I'm just settling into Brooklyn. I'm technically still a New Yorker. I moved here from Philly. You guys are so supportive. You should call my family and show them how that's done. I moved here from Philly. I used to live in North Philly. It's a very dangerous part of Philly. If you guys ever get the chance to go there, make sure you don't. You turn it down politely. They tried to open a movie theater there in 2006. Opening night, a guy got shot in the penis. Yeah, you guys can look it up. I was there. Matter of fact, I want everybody in here to go home and Google North Philly penis. First page results. I mean, you're gonna get some other shit too, okay? But it's in there. I'll never forget that. I walked up to the theater. It was 2006. Spider-Man had just came out, and a cop burst through the double doors like, we're shutting it down. Guy got shot in the dick. I was like, what? Is this how police investigations work? You just tell me and my friends all the facts of the crime? They said they were gonna clean it up. It was only in one theater, so I got back in line. Spider-Man had just came out, guys. I wanted to see that shit. I'll never forget that movie, too. As long as I live, I'll never forget it, because the guy sitting in front of me, his cell phone rang, and he answered it. Like, yeah. Ah, dog, I ain't doing shit. Just sitting here watching Spider-Man. Nah, come on, you know how to bring the kids out with me? I got little Sean, Jaden, little Remus. Oh, nah, we need to pick up little Ray Ray with his little faggot ass. I'm like, yo, in this day and age, you telling me we got parents out here just calling their kids Remus? I could not enjoy Spider-Man after that. I got to a whisper argument with a lady I didn't even know. Who cares about Ray Ray's sexual orientation? I don't care what you say. It's not gonna get any better for Remus. This is it, you know? Philly is wild. I used to work in downtown Philly for this huge website, a huge.com, where I was the only person of color on staff. This was in 2015. I don't even know how they did that. Started to wonder if there's a special button on LinkedIn. Sometimes on my break, I would just run down the halls and burst into random offices. Like, really? It's just me? It bothered me for a while, working at a company, being the only person of color, until I realized that I basically didn't have to worry about doing my hair anymore. 'Cause see, non-minorities can't really tell the difference. They're not really sure. I mean, my hair could be crazy, okay? It could be huge with all types of debris. Just a bright-ass Metro card just stuck up in the back. And I could just sit at my desk and wait for compliments. Yes, Gladys, this is new, yes. But I love telling jokes, man. What I'm doing right now is my bread and butter, especially when I get paid. When I spend money that I made on comedy, you cannot tell me shit. I'm ignorant. I walk into a store, walk right up to the counter. Ma'am, give me all the egg rolls. Nah, don't you worry. I made this money with my mind. Gonna go eat these, smoke some weed, do it all over again. But New York is treating me well. I got a job, I got a day job, a flexible day job. I'm a comedian with a flexible day job, which means I'm a successful comedian. Killing this comedy shit, okay? I work for a company a lot of you guys are familiar with. I work for OkCupid. Yeah. I feel like people my age like to front, like they don't use OkCupid, which is funny to me, because I work there. I see all y'all. I see all y'all, you know? That's like my New Year's resolution. In 2017, I'm calling you out. Sending 3 question marks after the girl doesn't respond to your message. I see y'all niggas. It was crazy. After the election, after we found out the results, we saw a big dip at OkCupid. People were freaking out in the office, running around throwing papers in the air. Why aren't people dating? We ran some tests. We found out that people were just a little depressed. Guys, Trump made people not want to find love for one whole day. And even more impressively, Trump made a bunch of creeps take a day off. Guys, I work there. That never happens. It's crazy, man. People think, oh, you work for this company. It must be so easy to date. It's very hard to date when you're a comedian. It's very difficult, especially as a lady comic, you know? Because guys think that if they fuck up and the sex is whack, maybe I'll get up here and tell all y'all about it. You know, which is abstract to me. That's an abstract thought, because that requires all of us to exist in a world where I'm having whack sex. And it's kind of funny to me. That shit is not funny to me. I'm very busy, you know? Like, I get it. I'm a comedian. I'm a silly lady. I joke a lot. But I am not out here fucking for punchlines. Not doing it. And really, like, what's the timeline on that whack sex anyway? You know, like, how many minutes in before I'm like, ha ha? This guy's getting hilarious. So funny. No, thank you. I don't watch a lot of TV. I really don't. People think that's strange. Like a comedian, you don't watch TV. If I go to a friend's house and they have television, first thing I do is change it to MTV Jams or VH1 Soul, because that's where I live. I like music videos, you know? They used to be an experience. Y'all remember the Brandy and Monica Boy Is Mine video? They had the different colored walls. They were neighbors trying to figure out if they're dating the same guy. And you were at home trying to figure it out, like, are they dating the same guy? Or are they just two nosy-ass neighbors? Is this all a misunderstanding? And then the video ends and you find out they are dating the same guy. They're both dating Mekhi Phifer? And then you gotta take a step back and ask yourself, how old is Mekhi Phifer? Or how old is he supposed to be in this? Because Brandy just went to prom with Kobe, okay? And Mekhi had been in like 8 black movies by that point. That's like a decade's worth of work, guys. I love telling jokes. Sometimes when I go to tell jokes, I gotta write my name on a list, you know? It would blow your mind how often people look at my name and instead of calling me Chanel, they call me Channel. To my fucking face. People just say that to me. I'm always like, no, it's Chanel, you know, like the perfume or the purse or multiple people. In the whole world. When have you ever met a channel? I don't think that's a thing. And if you really thought that my first name was actually Channel, then why aren't you a little more excited to meet me? Because I've clearly overcome a lot of adversity. You guys have been amazing. My name is Chanel Ali.
One of the cool things about getting to do this show is I feel like we do the show in Brooklyn. We get to kind of showcase Brooklyn and the Brooklyn comedy scene, but also just Brooklyn in general. And there's so many things that are great about New York. And one of the things I love about New York so much is when you go on the train, you see like really fascinating people, like subway performers and stuff like that. There's some really good ones out there. And so I had asked Marianne, who produces the show, we should get a subway performer and just give them an opportunity to do something above ground. You know, yeah. And so she found somebody, and we're very excited to have him here. Ladies and gentlemen, make a lot of noise right now for Trouble the Mime.
Dear Night Train, you have asked me to be here today because you want to experience pain. You have asked me to be here today because you want to be tested. You have asked me to be here today because you want to see if you are strong enough to overcome adversity. I am your adversity. I have handcuffed myself to your stage. These are real handcuffs. They are not comedy props. Your show is now under my control. The show is mine until you find the key to my handcuffs. If it takes you 3 minutes to find the key, I will only be here for 3 minutes. If it takes you an hour to find the key, I will be here for an hour. The fate of the show is in your hands, audience. The key to my handcuffs is hidden in an envelope somewhere in this venue. Audience, when you find the envelope, bring it to the stage and read the note inside aloud. And use the key inside to unlock my handcuffs. Until you find that key, I will perform my particular brand of observational stand-up comedy. Please enjoy my comedy.
White people walk like this. Black people walk like this. White people walk like this. Black people walk like this. White people walk like this. Black people walk like this. White people walk like this.
Okay. Congratulations. You have chosen the most obvious envelope. You're the kind of person who clicks on Facebook ads. You watch The Big Bang Theory on CBS and secretly find it very progressive. At least once you have checked to see if there was porn on Netflix. You are weak. The real envelope is underneath the seat of the person in the room who is hiding the darkest secret. Everyone with a dark past, look under your chair to find the envelope.
Look under your chairs! I want my show back! White people walk like this. Black people walk like this. White people walk like this. Black people walk like this.
The show is still in my control. In order... Now I have to choose someone in the front row and see if I can guess their name. David?
Yes.
Now I have to guess how you'll die. Hopefully, of old age. David, run as fast as you can to go find the next envelope. The next envelope is outside behind the Littlefield sign in front of the building.
White people walk like this.
The envelope you sent them to get is actually fake. That person is wasting their time. It just has the lyrics to All Star by Smash Mouth on it.
White people walk like this. Black people walk like this. White people walk like this. Black people walk like this.
Good God. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb. The final envelope is behind the ATM in the lobby of the theater. Please, audience, get the envelope, or I have to do it. Somebody get the envelope.
Black people walk like this. White people walk like this. Black people walk like this. White people walk like this. Black people walk like this. White people walk like this. Black people walk like this.
The key is taped to my chest. However, in order to get to it, you will need to tear through a picture of the Pope. If the symbolism of you on stage tearing up an image of the Pope is too extreme, then you are weak and I have won. keep in mind, this is being televised. You will become our generation's Sinead O'Connor. The choice is yours. You are no match for me. I am still in control of this show. I really like Pope Francis, but fuck this. Congratulations, you have proved yourself a worthy audience. Also, let's all take a moment to bask in the discomfort of the person reading this as they realize they're standing alone on stage in front of television cameras, and this is their 15 minutes of fame. And they have squandered it. They should now awkwardly return to their seat. Give them a standing ovation.
Trouble the Mime, everybody. Yeah. I'll be honest, Marianne, when I said book somebody, yeah, we probably should have specified. Yeah. Make a round of applause for everyone who helped Trouble. David, you back there, yeah, thank you. You all came together. This was your moment. You came together. And great, now after this, you're all gonna get tattoos. And Marianne and I are gonna have a long talk about the booking procedure for this show. Just feels like we should have a vetting process. This next comedian, she's great, and I feel like you all know how to pronounce her name as well as I know how to pronounce her name. So on the count of 3, ladies and gentlemen, we're all gonna say her name together. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise right now for Dina Hashem!
Hello. Nice to see you. Nice to be seen by you. Is it crying? Let's be friends, huh? I'll tell you about me. I'm an Arab lady. I have to tell you or you won't know. Whenever people talk about the problems facing Arab women, it's usually about, the religion or the laws or Trump, No one talks about the body hair. Came here to tell you about it. I grew up in a Muslim family. We couldn't talk about anything sexy at all. I had to figure out on my own what was normal for a growing girl. In high school, all the boys started saying this phrase. Did you guys have this? If there's grass on the field, play ball. Did y'all have that? You could figure out what it means. You did. If there's grass on the field, put it in. Pretty gross. And so I had to be like, but if the grass is too thick to move in, do they cancel the game? No one cancels the game. Rain or shine. But I think dating's tough for everyone. Would you say so, fellas? You gotta put work in. You got pussy, am I right? Penis, whatever you want. Some of my guy friends were arguing to figure out who's put the most work in to get in a girl's pants, I had to buy her this many drinks or to wash her dog, whatever. And then they asked me, Dina, who's put the most work in to get in your pants? Who's put the most work in? But I thought about it and realized, totally my gynecologist. as like 10 years of medical school. Is anyone in love? I'm seeing love body language. Yeah. Which app did you use?
No app.
You met IRL? Oh my God, that's crazy. I've been deleting and reactivating my Tinder for 6 years. I noticed you know you've had a dating profile for too long when you start noticing people's personal growth. And you're swiping through, and you're like, oh, cool. Freddie 420 went to grad school after all. 3 years ago, he was undecided. I'm from New Jersey. I didn't grow up with my dad though. He's lived in Kuwait since I was a kid, and he calls me on the phone sometimes, and he's given me the same speech every time. He goes, Dina, you have to... I can't do an Arab accent, so just imagine your favorite enemy of the state. And go, Dina, you have to be a good Muslim so that we can reunite together one day in heaven. I'd be like, really, Dad? You won't even reunite in New Jersey. You could just come back. I know it's no heaven, but we'd both be alive, so. No, it's fine. Don't get sad. It's fine. My mom raised my brother and I, also a strict Muslim lady. I don't want to make her seem racist, so I'll tell you that she is. She is. Like, when I was a kid, all my friends were Asian. It just happened that way. So, like, a lot of different foods were being eaten, some pork, you know. And they'd be confused as kids, like, Dina, why can't you eat pork? Are you allergic? I'd be like, sort of. Like my soul is allergic. And they'd be like, oh, what's a soul? And then I would have to explain, like, I don't know, but my mom says you guys don't have one. Clapping for Asians not having souls, okay. I don't live with her anymore. That's good. I go home sometimes to visit her. I just like to make sure that she is still insecure about my body. Like the last time I went home, I was working for Nickelodeon at the time, you know, the kids channel. And the first thing she said was, oh, what are they feeding you at Nickelodeon? Children? I was like, wow, Ma, I know where I get the funny genes from. The man who left you. Nobody likes that. I just said she was a racist and called me fat, but that's how much people love moms. I have a friend going through a breakup. Someone going through a breakup. Right on. I don't know what kind of advice to give her. I just told her the one thing I know for sure. I was like, listen, girl, somewhere in the world right now, someone is waiting to fall in love with you. I think that's true. And somebody is waiting for tickets to see Limp Bizkit. And you just have to hope they're not the same person. I was an English major. Anybody? Right on. Cool. Lots of unemployed folks. I don't regret it. I don't. I like thinking about words. I think it's fun. Like I noticed in our language, we tend to give bad people the ER suffix. Do you follow me with that? Like killer, robber, murderer, molester. They usually get the ER, you know? And there's another group of people that usually get the IST suffix, like artist, scientist, guitarist, physicist, cool people, you know? So I think whoever invented the word rapist was totally a rapist. Like, who is this highfalutin rapist? Like, pardon me. I am not some common molester. Okay. I'm a rapist. Any buffoon can grab a boob on a crowded train. Feminists in the house? Great. Some of my friends are mad at me because I listen to rap music, which maybe you're not supposed to do. I don't know. Because, like, rappers refer to women as bitches and hoes sometimes. I agree, it's not nice. But, like, they're offended that I'm not offended. They're like, why do you listen to this? Why doesn't this bother you? Why aren't you offended by this? And it's a fair question. I thought about it, and I think it's because, like, when I hear a rapper sing lyrics like these are Dr. Dre lyrics. How could you trust a hoe? 'Cause a hoe's a trick. 'Cause a trick's a bitch. And my dick's constantly in her mouth. And turning them trick-ass hoes the fuck out. I don't think he's talking about me. Or like any of my friends. But trying to date, trying to find love out there. Been on some interesting dates. I went on a date with a guy who could just like turn whatever I said into something sexual. You have friends like that? He was like, "What kind of music do you like?" It's a harmless question. I said, "I like the Beatles. They're cool." And he said, "What Beatles song would you make love to me to?" I was like, help? I'm Dina Hashem. Thank you, everybody.
Dina Hashem. Dina had asked if there were feminists in the audience, and a lot of you cheered. And just in the spirit of fairness, I just want to say if there are any men's rights activists in the audience. Oh, there's one. Okay, there's one. All right. Ladies, get him! This is how we find them. We just ask. We politely ask, and they offer themselves up. Me! Oh, shit. All right, I'm very excited to have this next comedian here. He lives in Brooklyn. He's been here for a while. But also, what's very exciting, he is the starting guard for the Brooklyn Nets. Your Brooklyn Nets. Ladies and gentlemen, make a lot of noise. He walked away from a game tonight just to tell jokes. Make some noise for DC Benny.
Good to be here, Brooklyn. All right, it's nice because I get to walk to work. You know, I live right over there. So that's always good, you know? Right, just cruise over here, you know, pass all the dogs with Uggs and all that stuff. You know, I've been in Brooklyn a long time. I was here when it was shitty. Like, I remember the first day I moved here, I got in a confrontation with this guy. Like, what the fuck you looking at? I'll bust your friggin' face. You don't show me respect. You stand on my block. You look in my eye. I was like, look, officer, I'm just trying to... But I'm here to tell you guys this story. I am recovering from this thing that happened, traumatic. It was the worst gig I've ever done. It was on a cruise ship. And just so you know, I've been avoiding, I've been doing this a while, and I've been avoiding doing cruise ships. Specifically because on a cruise ship, the material you do as a performer, if you offend anybody, they helicopter you to fuck off the ship. That's what happens, right? And I have a very New York act. You know, I'm a Jewish comedian married to a black woman with a PhD who looks like an Indian. We live in an Italian neighborhood in Brooklyn. Everybody thinks I'm Puerto Rican. Except Puerto Ricans think I'm a cop. So it's not very cruise shippy, right? So I've been avoiding it, right? But I'm like, I'm gonna try it. You gotta try stuff. So the process was, there was a showcase in Miami. And this dude put together, and the cruise ship people would be there mixed in. And he was telling me, he's like, it's a great, it's a hot show. The crowd is hot. It's fire, right? And I'm like, great. So I get down there. He's totally misrepresented it. It's 500 old Jews complaining. It's hot. Where's the fire exit? You know. The guy takes one look at me. He's like, "Where's your blazer?" You know. So I'm like, all right, this is gonna be fucking awful, right? So I'm the only comedian. There's me. There is a flamenco dancer. There's a boy band. There is one of those statue guys that there's, you know, this shit. And there's a piano player, right? So one by one they go on and they're just fucking eating it. Like, you know, the boy band goes on, nothing. You know, the flamenco dancer goes on, someone's like, speak up. You know, and it's like, the statue, do something, you know. And it's intimidating. The piano player goes on, sings songs in Yiddish, fucking rips. Like, it's like, yidel, deedle, didle, yidel, deedle, didle. You know, matzah, yarmulke bits. I mean, it's like some lady in the audience stands up and is like, I got a daughter in Queens, single. You know, she's beautiful. So the booker guy comes up to me. He's like, do you have any material about being Jewish? Because that's all they respond to. And I'm like, I got one joke. He's like, wait. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Jewish. I got a German Shepherd. That's a bad combination, you know. 'Cause he's always looking at me like he's thinking about the good old days, you know. He doesn't bark. He just stands by the door. And people walk by, there, your papers. Show me your papers, you know. We never got it fixed, so he humps everything in the house, including my wife's leg. You know, he always looks at me while he's doing it like, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, where is your Messiah now? It's a funny fucking joke, right? And the guy's like, no. He's like, there's survivors in the audience. I'm like, okay, maybe not tonight. That would be a strategical error. So I do whatever I do. I get one cruise ship out of it, and it's on the budget-ass cruise line. I won't say the name, but we'll call it Circus Cruises. So, and, you know, it's like a floating fucking Denny's is really what it is. So I'm a little nervous. 8 days, because as a performer on the budget cruise line, you bunk with the crew. You don't stay with the passengers like every other cruise line. So I'm a little nervous. So we fly to Texas, the George Bush Airport. I don't know if you've been there. There's a big statue of George Bush, like running to save the world. You know, and I'm not political. I lean a little to the left, but that's scoliosis. And so it's all people from Texas going on to this cruise. We're going to Mexico, and it's like large people, you know, that are like, you know, in the scooter things, like, where's the goddamn buffet? I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be horrible. This is gonna be horrible. So I get on this ship. I'm in my little cabin, and my head touches the ceiling. It's like, you know, you want to go to the bathroom, put one leg in the shower. There's a little speaker. Everywhere you go, there's a speaker on the ship with the captain's voice. The captain comes in, he calls, he's just like soothing announcements. He's Italian. They're always Italian on the cruise ship. So, hey, good evening. Welcome to the ship. This side, we have the water, very blue, is nice. And more water here with the fish green. And I'm like, this guy's high as fuck. What's he doing? Crash the ship? You know. And then I see him, and he doesn't look like the voice. He's like this little Super Mario brother with a little gut. He's like, boop, boop, boop. And he's got a tattoo on his elbow of a cobweb. So I looked that up, and it means one of two things. It means either you've been away at sea for a really long time, you miss your family, a cobweb is growing on your heart, like a beautiful thing, or it means you shanked someone in prison. That's the other thing it means. So give him the benefit of the doubt, right? So I see on the ship, I see the piano player. He's booked on the ship too. I'm like, dude, what's up, man? It's you and me. And this guy's losing his mind. He's like, they put a ping pong table by my piano. Every time I want to play my piano, these people are playing ping pong. I cannot work under these conditions. I'm like, dude, we got 8 fucking days on the ship. You know, you gotta You got to bone up. So I'm like, we'll catch up. You know. So I have my first show that night. It goes horribly because I go out. I'm like, it's all people in texting. I'm like, hey, I'm from New York. Someone shouts out, pussy. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be. So I keep seeing every day. I keep seeing the piano player, and he looks worse and worse and worse. And then finally, I'm like, dude, let's grab breakfast one day. You know, we'll do. So I get this note under my door. Meet me for breakfast tomorrow. I have something to tell you. The piano player, right? So I go to meet him for breakfast. He doesn't show up. As I'm sitting there, I see this helicopter like that. So I asked one of the crew members, like, anybody see the piano player? Like, let me tell you what happened. Apparently, people have been complaining because the ping pong paddles have been missing every day. They keep replacing them every day. And finally, we ran out of paddles. We looked on the surveillance camera, and middle of the night, the piano player tiptoed out, threw the paddles overboard, so we got the fucking helicopters. That's what happened. So I'm like, I mean, I understand as an artist, but damn. So I wake up, I got 2 days left on the ship. I wake up Saturday morning to the captain making this announcement. He's like, good morning, everybody. I'm looking for the Sandra Johnson. Sandra Johnson, please coming to the front of the ship. We have a small matter today, please, just coming. So yeah. Go sleep. 10 minutes later, Sandra Johnson, please, we need you coming to the front of the ship. We have to talk with you, please. About 15 minutes later, and I'm like, oh, this dude's getting pissed, because he's like, you're not in trouble. We just want to... we just want to talk to you. So then he gets back on. He's like, okay, everybody go back to the cabin. Stay in the cabin. So the entire ship, everybody, all the passengers, 4,000 people got to go back in the cabins and wait and get locked in the cabins. This lady has disappeared, right? So they search all the cabins. It turns out, at the end of the day, they found out she has fallen off the ship. And I noticed because I stick my head out the door and I hear one of the crew guys say he's fallen in. The other guy goes, not again, right? I'm like, what the fuck, right? So now the captain gets back on. He's like, okay, so we're not going to find Sandra Johnson. But tonight we have comedy show. So I'm like, oh, shit, right? So I go out to do the show that night, and the cruise director comes up. He's like, do not say anything about the lady that fell off the ship. And, I mean, you can't, I mean, there's a lady walking around, because it's Texas, one lady walking around with a Bible, like, you know, this is the voyage of the damned, you know, like. It's a really tense situation. So I go up and I just do the captain for like a half hour. I'm like, hey, good evening, everybody. There was some misunderstanding about the missing Johnson. It was my Johnson. I found it under my gut. Toast to my Johnson. Standing ovation. People toasting the captain's dick. It was a great moment. It was a great moment. The next day, we dock. Everybody's getting, you know, the passengers got to go off the ship first, right? I go to leave. The captain's standing here. He's waving, and he sees me, and he's like, you the one make the joke below deck, huh? You the one. And he's like, oh, God, you come on this ship anytime again, I cut your fucking balls straight to the fish. And he's like, what you know? What you know? And I was like, I think I know where you got that tattoo. I got off the ship 2 days later, my check from Circus bounced, and all I could think was like, none of this shit would have ever happened if I'd just done that German Shepherd joke. Good night, everybody.
How long have you been in New York for? Why? How is it possible to do stand-up comedy if you don't speak? Are you a masochist?